I hear it all the time from my clients. I just don't have time to automate my business right now. I'm way too busy. I have too many client projects. I'm completely overwhelmed. There's no way I can do this right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but not automating your business is costing you so much more than you think. I know it takes time to create systems and automation, but the payoff at the end is huge. And in this episode, I'm going to chat all about the hidden and not so hidden costs of not automating your business. There are a couple things you might not have thought of, and they really take a toll on your overall health, happiness, and success. So let's chat about it. Welcome to the Systems for Creatives podcast with Amy Gould. I'm Amy, and you've come to the right place if you want to find strategies, tactics, and tools to go from stressed out, overwhelmed entrepreneur to creative boss of your business. I work every day with creative entrepreneurs like you to create systems that take the drudgery out of managing clients and help them to create automated, systemized processes so they can get back to the things that really lit them up about their business in the first place. So let's get into it. So today, I really wanted to talk to you about the cost of not automating your business. And it might seem like taking the time to not automate your business right now is a savvy business move because you are too busy doing all the tasks you have to do to run your business. And I totally get that. As a business owner, I know I'm constantly juggling the needs of what has to happen right now and what I need to do to move my business forward. And sometimes it's just a real hassle and a real pain in the butt, to be honest, to go ahead and do those tasks that seem like they're really not that important right now because there is literally a fire going on. But I want to encourage you to consider the real costs of not automating your business and what it's actually costing you that maybe you might not be thinking about or considering when you decide not to do it right now. And I get it. I know it's not fun and it definitely takes time away from the work you have to do in your business, but I firmly believe that the payoff is worth the hassle. In today's episode, I'm going to get into the sacrifices that you're making by choosing not to automate your business and the rewards that you'll get once you've automated your business. Because I'm all about the good stuff, right? I don't want to just talk about the bad things, the costs about not automating your business, but I'm going to share some of the outcomes as well. So let's dive in. First off, I'm going to start by talking about the costs of not automating your business. And it really comes down to taking an honest look at how much time the tasks that you're not automating in your business actually take. And the way that you do this is definitely not fun. I struggle with it, to be honest. I hate doing it, but you just basically need to do a time audit on your business and see what it is that you're spending your time on. The easiest way to do this is to use an app like Toggl or something like that and just put in like, hey, this is what I'm working on. Start a timer and see how long it takes you. I mean, obviously we're talking about all of the tasks on this, but it'll give you a good idea of where you're spending your time and what the repetitive tasks are. And that's really kind of the first step anyway in figuring out what to automate in your business. It's just figuring out what you do to run your business and what's repetitive, because the repetitive things are great news here. The repetitive things are easy to automate. If it's something that you do repetitively, be it sending an email, scheduling appointments, all of those things that you do over and over and over again for each client or each person that you work with, those are prime examples of things you can automate. So take a week and sit down and hit the timer, write down what you're doing. I don't care if you do it in a spreadsheet. Honestly, it might be easier than just getting into another piece of tech. But, put it in a spreadsheet and figure out what you're doing and how much time it's taking you. So then once you've done that time audit, you're going to categorize everything and look at what is repetitive and what are things that either I can outsource or that I need to keep on my to-do list. And for the purposes of this episode, we're going to be focusing on the things that you can automate, the things that are repetitive. And when you tally this up, I think you're going to be surprised how much time you're spending on those repetitive tasks. This is honestly time that you could be doing other things like focusing on strategy, growing your business, marketing your business, improving the craft of what you do. There's a lot of things that you could be doing to improve your business that you're not doing because you're spending time going back and forth, scheduling appointments over email or sending the same email over and over again and typing it up or copying and pasting it from a spreadsheet even. All of that is repetitive and it's taking away valuable time that you could be spending doing other things. Maybe it's not even working on your business. Maybe it's getting your nails done or getting a massage or spending time with your family or your kids. The time that you're spending doing those tasks is causing you to work later than you need to, and you could be putting that time to other things. Maybe it's finally doing that hobby that you've always wanted to do, taking up painting or yoga or going to the gym, all of those things. These are things that you can't do because you don't have the time. And you don't have the time because you're doing repeating tasks. That's the first cost of not automating your business. And it's probably the one that is the most obvious. But I have a few other ones that are not so obvious, like your mental energy and bandwidth. So you only have so much mental energy and bandwidth. And anyone who's ever hit that 3 p.m. slump knows exactly what I'm talking about. But having these tasks on your brain and on your mind and occupying your space in your head, that is energy that you could be devoting to other things. You only have so much mental energy in a day, and using it to remember to send the next step to that client or wondering if you did do that thing is costing you a lot of energy that you could be using other places. And worse yet, trying to keep up with all of that is taking away from the energy that you have to devote to your clients and give them that boutique experience or give them that really amazing creative piece that you're working on. Whether you're a photographer or you work with hair and makeup or jewelry design or anything like that, that mental energy that you're spending holding on to all of those tasks is taking away from the mental energy that you could be putting towards those creative processes. So that's another thing that's a cost of not automating your business. Another cost is your relationships. Do you find yourself checking on emails or tasks during family time or when you could be relaxing and recharging, like on the weekends? I know I catch myself doing this all the time. It's really easy to just be like, oh, did I send that one email? Or have I booked that appointment with that new lead that came in? Let me just check really quick. And it seems minimal. It seems like a minor thing. But your kids and your family and your friends, they notice that you're not engaged with them, that you're distracted and looking at your phone, and they don't know why you are, but it affects your relationships. It affects your ability to re-engage the next time you go to work because you've been thinking about work the whole time. You're not giving yourself that time off and that permission to relax and recharge because you're constantly chasing your tail and trying to keep on top of all of your projects. The last one is money. Not having an amazing customer experience or an inconsistent customer experience is costing you referrals and clients for life. And honestly, clients for life might be even more revenue for your business than referrals. Referrals are amazing and we love referrals. We love having those amazing client experiences that turn into referrals to friends and family. But getting those clients for life that come back to you again and again to work with you, that is going to increase your lifetime revenue over the time that you're working with them. So how much money are you losing out on because you're doing tasks that are repetitive and not focusing on doing tasks that could move your business forward or create an even better client experience? Another thing that is costing you money is if you're paying someone else to work with you and do tasks that systems and automation could handle instead, it's costing you the money that you're paying those people to do those tasks for you, when you could set it up one time and have it running on autopilot in the back end of your business. So we've talked about a few costs of not automating your business, but let's talk about the rewards of automating your business and what happens when you put these systems and processes in place in your business to handle the client experience and all of your processes and keep them running for you. First of all, let's talk about the rewards with time. You get back a ton of time. And honestly, any time that you put into automating your business, you get back at least tenfold. It's kind of hard to just decide how much that number is. I've heard anything from 10 to 20 hours a week. I know I've had clients that have worked with me with done for you Dubsado setups that have tracked time and have told me that they've gotten 20 hours a week back. And that's before they even added more systems and automation into their business. So I think it's actually higher than that. But you get back the time that you would take doing those tasks. And it's not always so easy to get a number on that time because we think, oh, I'm just going to send this quick email. It's just going to take a minute. It's not a big deal. But if you actually timed yourself on how long that email took you to think about and write about, and then the time it took to focus on the next project at hand, it's going to be a bigger number than that even. So you get back a ton of time. And then that ties right into mental energy and bandwidth. This is probably my favorite part of setting up Dubsado for clients. I love seeing the relief on their faces when they see the automation handling everything that they used to do manually. They don't have to worry about, did I do this thing? Has it been taken care of? They don't got to worry about copying and pasting emails from spreadsheets or back and forth emails trying to book an appointment. Their clients can just click a link and book an appointment, or click a link and reschedule or cancel the appointment without them having to lift a finger or worry about it. It frees up so much mental space, and it's amazing seeing the transformation that happens for my clients when they experience that. And I love that part about setting up Dubsado for people. I love seeing the transformation of getting that time back and not having to worry about all of the tasks and feeling overwhelmed about taking care of your clients. It frees up so much mental space, and just knowing that invoices are getting paid and the payment plans are calculated correctly, contracts are getting signed, everything is organized, and you know exactly where everything is and where every client is at in your process. It can make such a difference in your life and in your mental health and bandwidth so that you can focus on other things. And sometimes the other things are maybe not wonderful moments in your life. For instance, I had a client who went through an awful lot of stuff. She got lifed, as I've heard it called. Life hit her in a big way. She had a baby, had to sell a house and move to a new house while dealing with a parent being critically ill. It was a lot, and it would have been a lot to crush anyone had she not had the systems and automation in place to keep her business going through all of that. It would have crushed her business. But she was actually able to make more money that year with all of the life things going on because she had the systems and automation in place in her business. And that was huge. I mean, no one would have blamed her if she would have just shut her business down and dealt with life. But thankfully, because she had the systems and processes in place to run her business, she didn't have to worry about that while she was taking care of all the other things in her life. And if that doesn't make you want to set up systems and automation in your business, I don't know what would. Let's talk about the other benefits of systems and automation, relationships. And I talked about that in the costs, but when you can take the time to focus on your family or taking time off and taking real time off, not like fake time off where you're chilling on the couch with your laptop doing work on the weekends and it looks like you're relaxing, but you're really like checking emails and sending messages on Instagram and following up on things. That's not relaxing and taking time off. I don't know what you call that. I mean, basically, it's working. You're working on your time off and you're not resting and relaxing. That's a huge thing that I've seen from my clients when they have systems and automation in place to handle their business. They can take real time off. They can go on vacation and not have to worry about what's going on with their business because their clients and their leads are still being handled for them. The system is still running and people are getting the things that they need, even though they're on vacation or taking care of a family member or things like that. Leads are still getting responded to, proposals are still getting finished, and new clients are getting onboarding materials without you having to do a thing. And I think that is a beautiful thing. It's amazing to have that in your business and not have to worry about all of those things happening while you're dealing with life. Money is another thing that changes when you've got systems and automation in place, and having an intentional client experience is a huge part of this, because when you've taken the time to sit down and map out your client experience, not only is that huge, but then as you go through it with each client, you can sit and look at that and go, you know what? I think if we did X, Y, or Z here, or we added this little step in here, it would make it so much better. And having things mapped out and automated like that allows you the flexibility to do that, because you can look at exactly how your system is set up and say, let's just add a step here. Let's do a reminder here so we send the client gift, or better yet, let's automate sending the client gift using Zapier. And if you want to know how to do that, just shoot me an email and I'll tell you. I love it. It's my favorite Zap that I've set up in my business. It sends a gift to someone once they book with me for Done For You Dubsado services. And it's probably the favorite automation that I've ever set up, because every time it runs, I get a nice note back from somebody about how much they loved that. That's just a quick tip, but that is just an example of how tweaking a client experience and making it that much better was possible, because I already had it mapped out and it was already in process. And all I had to do was add in that little step that just made it that much better. And if you just consistently make your client process 1% better every single time, how much better is it going to be in a week, a month, or a year? I mean, think about that. You're going to have the most amazing client experience, and all of your clients are going to be like, you need to go work with so-and-so because working with her was so incredible. You need to hire her. It's going to be amazing for your referrals, and it's going to help you hang on to those clients. We've already talked about clients for life, but having those clients for life is such a huge game changer for your revenue and for your business. If you're not constantly having to go out and look for clients, it's huge. And another thing that having those systems and automation in place helps with is closing more sales, because new leads get responded to quickly, with at least if you've got a lead response workflow in place. So those leads are signing on with you probably more than they would be if they had to wait for you to manually follow up with them. They're booking those appointments, they're completing the proposals and contracts because you're getting them out to them when they're ready to buy, instead of 3 hours later when you have time to sit down and create that custom proposal from scratch. If it takes you more time to follow up with those new leads, they might have already reached out to someone else, and that person might have followed up more quickly than you, and they got the sale when you didn't. So having automations in place that follow up and move them to the next stage in the journey right away, instead of waiting for you to get done with whatever you're doing and check your email and go, oh, hey, I got this new lead, let me reply to them. That could be like half a day later if you're not in your email all the time. So that's another way that you can increase your income for your business because of systems and automation. And another thing I've seen my clients do after working with me and getting these professional systems in place, having everything on brand and beautiful and not having to send people to 6 different platforms to book with you, I've seen a lot of my clients increase their prices because their services look that much more high end. So that's another way that money increases after working with systems and automation. Hey, listen, if you're tired of trying to DIY your Dubsado setup and you're ready to finally get it running like a well-oiled machine, or if you're tired of spending hours upon hours managing clients and feeling overwhelmed in your business, and you're ready to hand it over to a certified Dubsado specialist, book a free 15-minute discovery call with me and let's chat. With my done-for-you Dubsado setup, you can hand everything over to me and rest easy knowing that you're going to end up with a fully automated dream client experience that'll win you referrals and lifetime clients. So if you're ready to get started on this, head on over to my website or go to amysgould.com/book-a-call. And that's book-a-call. And book a time to talk to me. Let's chat about it and see how I can help you. Okay, so we talked about the cost of not automating your business, and I've gone over some of the benefits of automating your business. And I really hope this helped you think about what you're missing out on by not creating processes and automating your business. Now, I'm not saying you need to automate everything in your business. That would be a little ridiculous. There are definitely things that you shouldn't automate in your business. And I'm going to talk about that in my next podcast episode. But it definitely pays off to automate things that just make sense for you and your business. And it really is a personal decision to automate what makes sense for you and your business. There is no one right way to do it for anyone. And this is exactly the type of thing that we talk about in my Done For You Dubsado setup and my system strategy sessions, both of which you can find on my website, and there's a link to them in the show notes. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to head on over there and check it out. I'd love to hear from you. Did you find this episode helpful? DM me or send me an email. Let me know what you think. And also, if you have questions or something you'd like me to cover in an upcoming episode, click the link in the show notes and leave me your idea. I'll consider adding it to future content because if you're thinking about it, I'm sure others are too. So until next week, have an awesome week and I will talk to you soon. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the show. I know it's super easy to listen to a podcast and not actually take action. So I'm challenging you today to write down a step that you're going to take. Maybe it's taking action on something I talked about today, or maybe it's booking a system strategy session or free discovery call to talk about Dubsado setup with us. All of that is over at amysgould.com. If you haven't yet signed up for my free newsletter, that's a really great next step if you're not sure what comes next. You can get amazing tips and strategies delivered straight to your inbox, and you can find that opt-in on my website as well. Last but not least, please take a moment to subscribe and leave a rating or review if you loved what you heard here today. Go to your favorite podcast player and leave a rating or review. I'd love to hear what you think of the show and how it's helped you. I can't wait to hear from you. Let's keep the conversation going.